Guys, today we're having a look at Scizor, specifically talking about why I think Scizor is not the greatest character in solo queue or in general, and why I think Scizor can be a really good character in draft. So Scizor is really good in draft in terms of playing solo queue when you know that the enemies have only melee characters or special, like no special attack characters. Scizor falls behind a lot by special attackers and they just do too much damage. Scizor in general doesn't really have a lot of special defense. However, Scizor has a lot of defense, and I think that's what makes Scizor really strong. So like in this game, we will showcase you how good Scizor is playing against a full AD comp and why I'm just unstoppable and not dying at all. For the items, we were running Amplifier, Razor Claw, and Focus Band. Focus Band is good on Scizor. Amplifier, you can run Scizor Amplifier as well for more damage. I think Razor Claw is also fine, but you can also run like Attack Rate, Weakness, Focus. It depends on how you wanna play it. Usually I run my build on Cypher, but I ran it on Scizor this game, and it worked out really well. Focus Band for sustainability, Razor Claw for the slow, and Amplifier for just dealing more damage in general. Scizor is really good with the red buff, so having Razor Claw and red buff is just really broken. For the items, you could run 6 white and 6 brown, but I would recommend you to go 6 brown and 6 white. For more damage, focus on HP, crit, and speed, like usual. It's just like my favorite AD page and a lot of characters, and I think it's pretty solid with Scizor. I hope you guys are going to enjoy the video. You guys have been requesting Scizor, and here's the Scizor video. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, we are going to play Scizor. Chat, YouTube has asked a lot of times for the Scizor. I'm not playing Shinichiro or Scizor, but I'm playing Scizor with Razor Claw, Focus Band, and Amplifier. It's my Cypher build, but I'm going to show you guys how to play Scizor, or how I play Scizor. So when I play Scizor, I feel like Scizor is the kind of Pokemon that's like not that strong. I think it's pretty underrated in like a lot of senses. But I do think Scizor is one of the like worst Pokemons in the game. So it's just me like thinking Scizor is not good. But it's also because I'm a competitive player. And it's pretty common to see double mage in the competitive scene. For example, like Scizor is pretty bad into mages. He doesn't really have a lot of special defense. And I think it's just a really hard time when you play Scizor without like, for example, like this game is like fine because they have a lot of attackers, right? So technically Scizor is pretty strong. They have the Scizor, they have Kudra, they have Zoroark. They don't have damage to kill me, right? So here in this game, I think Scizor is fine. But if you play against like an Inteleon, A9, for example, and stuff, I don't think you have like a lot of survivability. So when you play Scizor, for example, when you use Mega Punch, your passive activates and you get like a defense stat boost, and then you're gonna be like tankier. So always before you engage, get your Bullet Punch ready. You have like the special, like the extra defense. I think Scizor is pretty interesting in solo queue because if you play against a lot of attackers that are not mages specifically, really having a lot of damage attack, then it's fine. But I do think Scizor is in a kind of bad spot because its special defense is so bad. Maybe if the special defense will be higher, Scizor would be a fun character overall. But it's a good Pokemon in solo queue in general. Like having decent amount of sustainability, having the heal with the Bullet Punch, it's not a bad Pokemon, especially when you play against, for example, like Zoroark. You don't have enough damage to kill you. Always using Bullet Punch to get the lifesteal back. And when you play Amplifier, you can use it a bit faster because you have like reduction. Level 8 Scizor. We vibing. I'm not sure. I think like Scizor is fine. It's not the best Pokemon, but as I said, like when you play against an attacker only team, it's really, really good. Like technically, the enemies cannot kill you, right? They don't have enough damage to kill you. I just think like if the special defense will get buffed, and it wouldn't be like as bad against special defense characters, I mean special attack characters, Scizor would be better. But yeah, it's definitely a good Pokemon. I enjoyed it like when the release came out. I just haven't played it as much. But I played a lot of Cypher. So I kinda have like the ring into it. Using your ultimate. And after using your ultimate, always focusing like the backline. always try to like reposition yourself with the bullet punch. Because you don't really want to, when you play like Scizor, you want to dodge a lot of abilities. You don't want to just face check them and like think you can survive. Try to like use your like bullet punch to reposition yourself, dodge abilities, and hit your ultimate with the like the shadow or clones. Because if you hit the clones with your ultimate, they will get succeed for a really long time. And I think that's like one of the coolest like things about Scizor. Reposition yourself again. Playing Razor Leaf Scizor. Looking for the objective, and when they come, we can engage on them. Look, the Scizor is not doing any damage. Like as I said, I think Scizor is fine. Just play Scizor when the enemies have like a lot of attackers that are doing 80 damage, not special attack. If you play against special attack, you can play Assault Vest. You can play Assault Vest, but I do think it's just pretty bad into special attackers, so I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. I mean, like the Scizor mains out there like can comment below on it, but I do think like Assault Vest will not help you to like have a lot of sustainability with the special attackers. Waiting for my ultimate, and then using my ultimate, pushing them into the clone, getting CCing them, and killing the comfy as well. And play it. We can let this in race score. I don't mind that. He has more points than me, he can score, having a bigger overcap. Now I'm level 11. You're playing with our motivator MG. We are playing solo queue, guys. This is not a duo queue game. Level 12 Scizor. And every time you fight, you wanna use your bullet punch before you fight. And when you use double hit, you always wanna reposition yourself. And once you hit the double hit, you mark the enemies. And when you execute them, you get your double hit reset. It's just a really optimal game, like having barely any like enemies that can like one-shot you. So farming my ultimate, farming my level 13, farming my power spike, not fighting the enemies for no reason. Just get your power spike, right? It's important. For example, like this fight is just like for funning. You don't need to fight this. This is just barely for like content and for funning. You don't need to fight because there's no objective to fight for. You just fight it because it's fun. The enemies don't really have damage to kill you, right? Like, two supports, attackers, you're just gonna be unstoppable in this game. So you're gonna take the Swablues. The fight in general was fine because my team was gripping the bottle objective. If you fight, you wanna have like a reason to fight, right? You fight middle to distract the enemies for your teammates to have enough time to get the bottle objective. One important thing that I also didn't mention before, Scizor is so good with red buff. If you have red buff on Scizor, it's so disgusting because when you use bullet punch, you slow the enemy. And when you slow the enemy, it's easier to hit the bullet punch, but it's also easier like to force the enemy to not, it's like being able to escape. You're just constantly fighting them. Because they can't escape the red buff slow. Just such a disgusting combo. But yeah, I didn't like really die a lot in this game, and just like a really good game for Scizor, especially because I have Lizzie. It's always like when draft comes out, right? Like it's a thing like Scizor can be good in solo queue maybe. When draft comes out, imagine you have like last pick and you see that the enemy composition only has attackers that do 80 damage. You could play Scizor into like that comp. So like draft will definitely change the game a bit. And like Scizor could be a potential draft Pokemon, right? To play around. So enemies have 0 damage to kill me, and I'm just like killing them. Using my ultimate now, pushing them inside the combo, and forcing the Eldegoss ultimate. Forcing Eldegoss ultimate in like before a wave fight is pretty good, but then I don't have Eldegoss ultimate. And we still have the red buff, right? We always like constantly slowing the enemies with the bullet punch. It's just so broken. Like as I said, I think Scizor is a fine Pokemon. I don't think it's good in the special attackers. I don't think it's good in like competitive scene. But when draft comes out in February, 27, you could play Scizor, right? It can be a potential thing. Like a cooking. Okay, they got the objective, but it's fine. We just break the shields. I should have probably blocked the Scizor ultimate. I just didn't expect the Scizor ultimate to get it. Constantly fighting. And the enemies just don't have damage to kill you, honestly. Like, this is such a bad comp to draft. This is why I hate like solo queue players. They think they are losing because they like lost the game, right? They got to break Quasar, and this like this the Zoroark is FK. Like, I'm telling you, like these players are like so bad for the community. I don't know like why a lot of people just go AFK just because like they lose the team fight and stuff. You can always win in Pokemon Unite. You don't need to go AFK. But yeah, like this Zoroark deciding to go AFK. It's just like showing that the community sometimes is just giving up too fast, which is pretty sad in my opinion. But yeah, the enemies have 0 damage, like they can't kill me. Trying to like kill the Eldegoss. It's a bit hard honestly, but they have a huge lead. They only got 50. We should be fine. And I reset to make sure. And this is how you play Scizor. And also like, guys, just don't give up when you play the game. Unite is only 10 minutes. Like, come on. It's not like you play League game for 40 minutes and then you give up. Unite is only 10 minutes. So take the 10 minutes, even if you lose. At least try to make something or win. If you go AFK, even though your team got Rayquaza, it just shows that you are disrespectful, not a good teammate. I really don't like these players. But yeah, Scizor being really good when the enemies don't have special attackers. Having 0 damage to kill a Scizor, 13 kills, and probably a really high damage number like 131k. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe to stay tuned.